What's going on, guys? Hope you're all good. What I want to speak about today, okay, is what I call the hybrid MRR pricing structure. Okay, now this is a very specific way that you can price your coaching or consulting services, all right, to maximize cash collected, but also monthly or weekly recurring revenue, right? So this is super, super powerful for people who want to sell high ticket, but maybe you get a lot of calls booked where people are like, I don't have the money, I don't have those kind of funds to invest up front. This is a really, really clever way around that, okay? So I'm going to get straight into it. This is going to be quite a quick video because I'm just kind of doing it off the cuff. But I was just speaking to a client of ours about this specific pricing structure, and I wanted to share it with you guys, all right? So listen to what I'm about to show you, all right? Or what I'm about to tell you, and have a little think about how you can apply this to your offer if you have an offer. And if you currently have like a low ticket kind of recurring offer, you can apply this to collect more cash. Or if you have like a high ticket paid up front offer, you can apply this to stack that monthly recurring revenue. Okay. So, like I said, this is the hybrid MRR pricing structure. Okay. Terrible writing, but who cares? So, what I want to do first, right, is I just want to quickly compare when you pay in full, right? If you have a program where people pay in full versus a program where you charge monthly to build monthly recurring revenue, right? So there's pros and cons to both of these, and I'm not going to go into all of them, right? But I'm just going to kind of touch on a pro and a con for each of these. So when it comes to having a program where your prospects pay in full, let's say you have a $5,000 program, all right? One of the amazing things is, let's say if you have a 5K program and your goal is 10 grand a month, right? Well, you only need 2 clients, right? If you collect 5K in full twice, bang, ton of cash up front, big margins, allows you to reinvest into traffic, leads, etc., etc. Okay? However, the downside to that is you have to get those 2 new clients every single month, okay? And obviously 2 isn't a lot, but let's say you have a 5K program and you want to make 50 grand a month. Well, now you have to get those 10 clients every single month, okay? And that can be quite stressful. Now, let's compare this to the MRR model, right? What is the pro of the monthly recurring revenue model? Well, it's exactly that, all right? Like every single month you have that money coming in. So you sign a client and they pay you this month, they pay you next month, they pay you the month after that, the month after that, the month after that. This really begins to stack, okay? And trust me, it's very, very nice when you know that at the beginning of every single month, you've got 20 grand a month locked in, whether you work or not. You can go on vacation, the money's locked in, okay? Last year, I went to Mallorca with my girlfriend, spent an entire week, sat by the swimming pool, getting smashed on sangria. Okay, I was drinking like 3 liters of sangria like every afternoon, right? And I made 25 grand while I was on that vacation or holiday. Okay, and the only reason that was possible is because I had payments coming in, non-stop, right? Made a couple of sales on top, all right, but the monthly recurring revenue was what allowed that to happen. So I booked a vacation that was like 4 grand and made 25 grand while on the vacation. Basically free. Okay, you can go on vacation for free when you manage to do this. So that's the great thing about recurring revenue, is the money comes in every single month. However, what is the downside to this? Well, the downside to this is basically the upside to this, right? With monthly recurring revenue, if everything you do is recurring, what happens is, yes, you're getting paid every month, but you collect less up front. So instead of having a $5,000, you might, let's just say you spread that $5,000 over a year, that's like 400-ish, 400 and something dollars a month. So up front, you're only collecting $400. It's very, very difficult to have a large margin, okay, and a lot of funds to reinvest into your coaching business if you're only collecting $400 from a client, all right? one of the biggest things that I see strangling or suffocating coaches' businesses is when all of their payments are on payment plans, right? And they're like, Ryan, I don't have any money to spend on ads. No wonder you don't. You're bringing in a $3,000 client and you're taking $250 off them, right? So it's not a $3,000 client, it's a $250 client, okay? So basically these two are like the inverse of one another, all right? Pay in full, lots of cash up front, but you need new clients every month. MRR, you don't need new clients every month, but you don't collect as much up front, all right? Now, let me give you the ultimate pricing strategy that allows you to kind of work your way around this situation, right? And I'm just going to run you through that now. And have a look at your offer and just implement this straight into your offer. Like you can take what I'm about to show you and do it today, right? So here is what I would recommend doing. So typically what people will do is they will offer, they'll say, our program is, let's just say $3,900, all right? And then if the prospect can't afford that, then they're like, okay, well, what if we split it in half? What if we do like 1950 times 2? And then if the prospect can't afford that, then they'll be like, what if we do 1,300 times 3? And if the prospect can't afford that, typically people will just be like, okay, come back when you've got money, okay? And this model here, this is what we did for a long, long time. And, it does mean that you'll collect those nice big chunks. However, we did find that out of like everyone we spoke to, maybe 30% or so were just like, I can't fork out that kind of money to get started with a program, which is fair enough, right? Even $1,000, 1,500, $2,000, it's a lot of money, okay? So we figured out a way around this. And I'm just going to give you an example here with some example numbers, but obviously you can apply this to your own offer. Now, here is how I would recommend structuring this. So you're typically going to want to do a program that is 4 months plus. So I would say 4 months up to 12 months, okay? With the opportunity for them to renew at the end of the year, okay? But you want this to be at least 4 months. You can't do a monthly recurring revenue offer if your program is like 2 months long. Okay, so you want it to be 4 months plus. And what you want to do is you want to lead with the monthly, but what I prefer is weekly pricing. Okay, so let's say what you want to do up front is you want to figure out, what do I want my price point to be? What do I want a customer to be worth? And for this example, I'm going to use that $3,900 price point. Okay, now here is how you would pitch this particular offer. You would say, okay, so our program is a 6-month commitment, okay, and it is $150 a week for 6 months, okay? So it's $150 a week for 6 months. You can get started today for just $150, okay? Now, over the course of the 6 months, that equates to $3,900, okay? 26 weeks, $150 a week, 26 weeks, it's $3,900, okay? However, if you do want to save some money, if you did want to pay in full, okay, what we would do is we would just do 3,000 flat, and then obviously you save $900, okay? Now, when you pitch the program specifically like this, here's what's going to happen, right? Is all of the people who would have otherwise said no, right, or many of the people who would have otherwise said no to the 3,900, they will say yes to this, all right? Your very pricing structure in and of itself overcomes the money objection, all right? Because a lot of the time when people invest into a program, they don't just look at the overall price point. What they look at is, how much is this going to cost me today? So when you break this down into weekly pricing, okay, yes, it's $3,900, but that's over the course of the next 6 months. I'm not thinking about that right now. What I'm thinking about right now is this is only going to cost me $150 to get started. So this is going to overcome all of those money objections. But here's the cool part, all right? Anyone who isn't strapped for cash, anyone who does have, a big or a decent chunk of money sat there, they're going to say, well, if I just pay in full, then I'll save $900. I'll just pay in full, right? And what you're going to notice is you're going to have a really nice split of weekly recurring, or I always just say monthly recurring revenue, but in this case, obviously, this is weekly, which is even better, guys. Trust me. When you charge someone weekly, it is so cool because a week goes so quick, right? A week goes by so quick. So it's like payment comes in, a few days, payment comes in, payment comes in, payment comes in. It's crazy, right? But you're going to get a really nice split of that weekly recurring revenue, all right? And the paid in fulls with the cash up front, okay? What you're going to find is it will be kind of like a 50-50 split. Obviously, that might vary for you. This is just what we've found anecdotally, right? But it will be like a 50-50 split. So you're going to have enough people paying full for you to have those big margins and that money to reinvest into lead gen. But you're also going to have enough people signing up on the weekly recurring so that you can get to the point where you're making 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month. And that's locked in, okay? At the start of the month, you've got 20 grand a month locked in. That allows you to sleep very, very well at night. Trust me, okay? So guys, hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm not going to dive into the screen today, but listen, if you want my help scaling to 10, 20, 30 grand a month, or even more, okay, using our methodologies, this being just one of them, go down into the description of this video, okay? There will be a link where you can schedule a call with me personally. I'll jump on with you. We'll put together a plan. I'll run through your whole strategy, okay? And if you want my help implementing it, then I can help you do that. Also, there are a couple of other links down below. There's a link to my private Telegram channel where I share content, I share tips, tricks, things to help you that aren't shared anywhere else, okay? So if you want some exclusive stuff, go down there and just subscribe. Just click on the button and you can join the channel. And also, if you do want my personal help, right, like I say, you can schedule a call. But if you've just got questions and things like that, if you just want to kind of speak to me one-on-one, go down below and there'll be a button where you can just message me on Telegram, all right? So just shoot me a message. Let me know if you've got any questions. I'll get straight back to you. Probably leave a voice note, okay? And we can connect that way as well, all right? But guys, once again, I hope you've enjoyed this video. And until next time, catch you soon.